magical Monaco for this afternoon's qualifying session, which will be getting underway shortly. Qualifying will determine who'll sit on pole at this iconic track. These next few minutes could determine tomorrow's race result as well before it even starts. The driver on pole will be best placed to win the race, considering how difficult it is to overtake here.
Exactly. To be in with a decent chance of winning here, you need to be on the front row. Even a few places further back on the grid, and you've got to rely on a bit of good luck to come your way, as overtaking opportunities are very limited.
What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here, and welcome back to my F1 2015 career mode as Pastor Maldonado. And it's round 6 and we're at the classic Monte Carlo circuit for the Monaco Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the other races, then you need to go back, check them out. They've been epic so far, and I can guarantee this one's another fantastic race. Usually it's a standard, just win from the front type of race, but not this one, I can guarantee that. And we're in qualifying and we're spinning. I didn't put in any practice, so it was going to be a difficult session. So this is my quickest lap coming up, and it has been a pretty decent one so far. We're coming into Rascasse, coming up to the final corner. Anthony Noge, I think it's called, coming to the line where we can end up. Rosberg's put in a 1:18.0, Hamilton's put a 17.9, and we've put in a 19.4.
It's been a mighty qualifying performance from Mercedes today, with both cars on the front row for the race tomorrow.
Well, both these drivers have been working hard with the team to ensure they get maximum performance out of the car, and it looks like they've found the right combination, at least in qualifying trim. Now, we need to see how they get on in the race.
Welcome to one of the most iconic race circuits on the Formula One calendar. It's Monaco, the playground of the rich and famous. Here's today's pole sitter, Lewis Hamilton. When I was speaking to him early on, I got the sense that he has total confidence in himself and his Mercedes car to take that race victory today.
He has clean air in front of him, so we'll be hoping he can create a gap over the first few laps. If the cars in second and third can keep close until the first round of pit stops, then they may be able to take advantage on the undercut.
Kimi Raikkonen has been outperforming his fellow world champion teammate throughout this weekend, so he'll hope to continue doing so through the race this afternoon.
The first person any Formula One driver wants to beat is his teammate, and never has that been truer than at Ferrari, where we've seen a sizzling intra-team rivalry between two ex-world champions.
What a session for the team, 5th and 6th. Even Grosjean's up there, so great performance from him. And it looks like it's going to be a one-stop race, starting on the options and then going on to the primes about halfway through. Pretty standard strategy, but I think the undercut's going to be very key in this to gain a couple of positions. If we can also get a few off the start, then we've got a decent chance of hopefully a podium. So we're behind our teammate. 4 lights, 5, and away we go. We've got an okay getaway. It's not too bad. Massa's flown past us on the right. We're going to try and get him around the outside here. It's going to be very risky with the wall on the outside, side by side. Bit of contact. He's got a better run, and I think I might have to slot in into 7th place. A couple of cars ahead is side by side. I think that's Grosjean. Side by side with Ricciardo. Should be interested to see if there's any incident here. Grosjean's got himself up to 4th. A great start there from him. Sadly, I've lost a position, but there's a long way to go and a lot of points to be gained, but we'll see the start once again. And this is from the point of view of Massa. He got a better start than me, but he just gets better traction out of the first corner, and I just couldn't do anything about it. And Vettel settling in just behind me. He had a poor qualifying session, but here's Grosjean's start. Fantastic getaway up the inside of Ricciardo. Looks like he should take 4th place. Ricciardo tries to hang around the outside. He's got the momentum here, but Grosjean's going to come back. They're so close side by side up here. It's just so difficult. Grosjean out around the outside. It's so tight. This racing is absolutely fantastic from these two. And we can see from Massa just how close it gets. And Grosjean gets himself into 4th. So, not a lot happened for a while. I was just driving behind Massa. I just couldn't get close enough for an overtake, but this was my first opportunity. He is slow at the moment, dropping back from Ricciardo. And coming into Rascasse, we're going to go for a move up the inside. It's so risky, it's so tight. Can we get it done? We're side by side into the final corner. We're giving each other enough room, enough respect. And now I've got DRS. Can I get through? No, I can't. My setup is not tailored for the straights, and we can't get it done. We're in the wall. Vettel hit us. We've lost our front wing. Absolute disaster. Oh my god, our race is ruined. Our race is absolutely ruined, and I must warn you, for some reason on some of these replays the tyres are facing the wrong way just like that, so I really do apologise for that. I don't know what's going on there, but we'll see it once again. Bang! Into the wall. Vettel into the back of us. So from here, his POV, yeah, he's definitely broken too late and just punted us in the wall, and Bottas was side by side with him, so it must have distracted Vettel. I just can't believe it. How can a driver like Sebastian Vettel do something like that? He turns into me and puts me in the wall. Definitely his fault, and he didn't even get a penalty for that. So at the end of the lap, I had to do a full lap with no front wing, and you can't do one stop from here, so I'm going to have to do 2 more stops from this point, and no points are going to be on the cards now. There's absolutely no chance, especially with no safety car in this game. So we've come out in dead last behind the 2 Manas. There's a long way to go. We're going to do a short stint on the primes. Well, not too short, but shorter stints than I would have originally done. But you can see how slow the Mana is. I'm losing control. Just didn't expect Mary to be that slow and got a warning for it. So yeah, might do like 14 or 15 laps on these primes and then go into the options at the end for some speed. Up the inside of Mary, and oh my god, he's fighting me back. I just can't get past this Mana Marussia. He's putting in a great performance to fight me, but he's miles behind Stevens once again. Don't know why, but I was really getting frustrated. I was losing so much time. It was like 3 seconds a lap, or 3 or 4, and I kind of barged through there, and we've made contact. I wasn't feeling bad because I really wanted to get through, but let's see whose fault this was. Up the inside, risky move, was side by side. He touches the wall. Let's see here. Yeah, he should have. Yeah, I think he should have backed out in my opinion, but I'm going to say that, and now I'm up into 19th. Unbelievable. Well, we're closing in on Sainz after Stevens and Ericsson pitted. Up to 17th, DRS. Can we get the move on Sainz? Our setup, we have no straight line speed whatsoever. So we're going to have to go for risky braking moves up the inside into turn 1. He leaves us room, and that is us up into 16th. I'm feeling slightly more confident at this point, but oh my god, Sainz is coming back as well. We're going to try and hang around the outside. We've understeered into the barrier, hit it twice, but luckily for us, we maintained the position and there was no damage. And now I was catching up behind Alonso and Verstappen, so I thought I might as well just go for it now. I'm going to lose too much time behind them, and let's go for the option tyres and try and just put in some banzai qualifying laps. Luckily for me, I only got a warning for that because I took far too much speed coming out the pits. But now we're down to 18th behind Marcus Ericsson, who has also made 2 stops. It's obviously not the best strategy to go for around here, but I suppose you'll have fresher tyres, but it's so tricky to overtake cars. You can see here, side by side with Ericsson. We're also getting lapped as well. Lewis Hamilton's right behind us. It's so much more difficult to overtake cars around Monaco in this game. In past games, you could just chuck it up the inside. The AI just wouldn't know what to do. But as you can see here, I struggled so much earlier on with Mary and now with Ericsson to overtake him. Just trying to get it done, but we just can't. We're not going to get it done around the outside here, and I just couldn't do it. So now I was thinking tactically, what's the best way to get past? Let Hamilton through, and I'll try and follow Hamilton past the back markers. It's probably the best tactic to use, and Hamilton was catching up on me anyway. So let's see how it goes. Hamilton's right behind Ericsson. Can we make a sneaky move up the inside of Ericsson? Ericsson's in the wall. What's he doing? Hamilton's hit him. Hamilton's hit Ericsson, but we've made the position. Very scrappily indeed, but at least we've gained it, and Hamilton's lucky there not to lose his front wing or have any damage at all. So it's going to be very interesting making up these positions. I've got to stick with Hamilton as close as I can, but let's see what happens. He just loses the back end, goes into the wall, then gets a nudge there from Hamilton, and I actually set the fastest lap of the race by following Hamilton. I did have DRS, but I was one of the only ones on the option tyres. Everyone else was on worn primes. So this tactic, will it work again? Let's see. Sainz is slowing down in the tunnel and he's blocking Hamilton. Hamilton's in the wall. I'm gonna... What a move. Straight down the middle of them. Just calm and collected. Avoided the incident there and got myself up to 15th. Now we're ahead of Hamilton. Let's hope we don't get too many blue flags. But we're going to try and pass Alonso, but it didn't happen. So once again I decided to slow down, let Hamilton pass, and we'll use him to make up positions. I just can't emphasize how difficult it is to get past drivers around this track. Alonso makes an absolute meal of that and just lets Hamilton and myself through. So up to 14th, we're getting closer and closer to the points. Do we have an outside shot of points? It's going to be tough, but let's see what happens. We're behind Hamilton once again as he closes in on Verstappen into the chicane. And he's hit the wall, he spun it, he's hit Verstappen, but he spun it. Hamilton, what the hell happened there? Let's have a look. Oh, he's clipped the inside barrier. That's an amateur mistake. And he gives the hand and gets collected by McLaren. This is Rosberg behind Sainz. What are the Toro Rossos doing? And they kind of just park it. But we'll leave it at that as I close in on Verstappen, who just caused absolute carnage there. This time I've got a much better run using DRS. Don't have straight line speed, but we're going to go up the inside. Yeah, we can do that move against the Toro Rossos pretty easily into turn 1. So up into 13th, we're getting closer and closer to the points. It's Perez now, up the inside. Much better run, their tyres are definitely going off. And there we go, into Mirabeau. I'm sure I've got that right. Lowe's hairpin. I know corner names around this track for once. Get in there. Next victim would be Hulkenberg, but if we look on the minimap, 10th place is just way too far ahead. So sadly, the best we're going to end up is 11th. But we're closing in on Hulkenberg. We want to make as many positions up as possible. It's been a pretty decent recovery. Trying to hang around the outside. Oh my god, we're not going to do this, are we? On the inside now in Casino Square. Oh, what a fantastic move. Brilliant driving from myself and Hulkenberg. The shame is I didn't record the point of view from Hulkenberg. I really regret that, but it was a fantastic move nonetheless, and that's all that happened. Catching up to Mary. He gave me such an annoying battle in the early stages, but we got taken on by Vettel, but we recovered up into 11th place. Decent race, not the result we wanted, not the points we could have got, but that's the most we could have got from a pretty horrendous incident with Sebastian Vettel.
It's a win for Mercedes and a win for Lewis Hamilton. The British driver was the class of the field today and fully deserves his victory.
It really was a great performance and one that I think will be remembered for a long time to come.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time.
So we actually only ended up 18 seconds off the points, which isn't a bad effort. I reckon if we didn't have that incident with Vettel, we could have ended up in the top 5. I mean, Grosjean, 4th place. What a result for the Lotus team. That'll get his confidence up. And in the driver's standings, Hamilton is 31 points ahead of Rosberg. The 2 Ferraris are equal on points. That should be an amazing battle. Ahead of the 2 Williams, we're down to 8th. But Grosjean, our teammate, is up into 10th and starting to catch up to us. So he's participating for once. So in the Constructors, we should be doing a lot better now. But it could have been so much more. 49 points, solidly in 4th. So, if you enjoyed the Monaco Grand Prix, please leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next race, which is the Canadian Grand Prix. Goodbye.